Okay, and we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to OJ, and this is Opinion Junkies, not the hit show on BBC. The what was it? The People versus OJ Simpson,
That's
which
the making
does,
of a murder, I think.
which we actually have had show here. It's called The People versus OJ Simpson on BBC One. It's a hit show right now, starring what's his name? John Travolta's face.
Really?
I say John Travolta's face because it stars a load of people, including Ross from Friends and various other people. But all anyone could ever discuss is, wait, why does John Travolta look like a melted ham?
Weird.
Yeah, his face now looks weird. I don't know why. Some people said he looks like a melted ham. Another person said he looks like a no. It's weird because like last year he didn't look this way. Now he looks like his face is like when plastic surgery goes wrong.
Mm-hmm.
A hit show here.
That actually
On the
reminds me.
X-Pound, starring Mark
Someone
and
had a
Senna.
Someone had a GoFundMe where they cut girls. They just put this cut up ham on a girl's face and said she had some kind of disorder, and they said, "Give me money for my operation. I need to help my face."
Mhm.
It was just fucking ham with eye holes in it and put on a girl's face. So what the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, fair enough. And
So maybe it looks like that.
yeah,
And somehow that's less of a ripoff than the potato salad thing.
he threw a party for people. They got something out of it.
I know, but you're just putting freaking ham on your daughter's face and putting eye holes in it. You're trying to get money.
Yeah, they got ham out of it.
They got ham out of it.
I think they started with the ham, but I don't think they got any money because it's just fucking ham in your face. Everybody knew it.
But for people wondering, we go with the news, the catch up, and a topic. Our topic this week is the publishers pulling out of E3. Woo! What does this mean for our industry? What does this mean in general? Will this affect E3? Is E3 failing? Or does it just mean something completely different? We'll listen more later. But first, the news with Rick the Hammer. Pew!
All right.
Everything's better with the words with Richter Hammer at the end of it.
Yep.
All right, so for my first bit of news, tiny bit, so that was a couple days ago, made me laugh. But former California State Senator Leland Yee was pleaded guilty to, quote, participation in a racketeering conspiracy and has been sentenced to 5 years in prison. He was one of the assholes that waged a long political battle against violent video games. Because remember, he's a moral and upstanding person that participates in racketeering conspiracies. So he doesn't want violent video games influencing our youths. That's his job.
That was actually
In
tweeted
his
by
defense-
Donald Trump today, too.
In his defense, he will make an appeal and he will get off because he was actually not saying he was guilty or anything. They just said, "Do you plead guilty?" And he said, "Yea," because he was talking in third person speak, and they just cut him off.
And he should go to jail for that.
Yeah, he was about to say, "Ye does not plead guilty." No, that's not going to happen. That we did not live in that world.
Close to
How
it.
awesome would that be, Rick, if it turns out that's true and you're like, wait, so he just served a jail sentence for speaking in third person, essentially. But I wonder, speaking of people like that, whatever happened to Jack Thompson?
Oh, he got thrown out of like the bar association.
Oh, I miss him.
I don't.
I miss him only because he was great for getting Rockstar money.
Yeah, he was. I don't always like Penny Arcade, but it made me laugh when Jack Thompson was like, "Oh, if this happens, I'll donate, like $10,000 or whatever." And then it happened, and then he's like, "Oh, no, I'm not going to do it." So then they donated $10,000 in his name.
Nice.
Just to fucking throw salt on him, and I'm like, "Oh, I like that."
Nice. And your first bit of news? Pew. Also known as Anastasia Laisby.
Okay. So, people are making some pretty fucking cool technology at MIT Media Lab, where it's a software, it scans your face and shows where your eyes and eyebrows are and your mouth. and basically they're gonna detect your like a smile or frown or like basic emotions to have like multiple areas in a game that can adjust it accordingly. And they gave an example of like a fear-based game that says, oh, this person's not scared enough. Let's crank this shit up. Or maybe this person's been afraid for like the last, 15 minutes. Let's dial it back down and then get them in for the fake out. And shit like that. Or like, other games with,
This guy is clearly masturbating to our underage character. Let's call the authorities.
Technically, they could say this guy's been making an O face for very long because they have the dots around the mouth, so they could at least, at the very least, be like their pupils are like. And I can't say people dilated, but you can say your eyes are opened up very wide. You haven't blinked in a while, and you're making an O face.
Yeah, the problem is some people though when they come, example James Phoenix. If it was to read his face as he come, it wouldn't read as a person. It would read as a dog with its head out the window.
Okay.
At least that's why I like to think his cum face is like that, just that with the tongue, yeah, whatever flap.
But yeah, so they said
Somewhere
their
underneath it's
face
just,
tracker. They said their face tracker is yeah, already in a game that they're releasing called Nevermind. So that's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, and then they're gonna hopefully, expand and put it into other games. That's pretty sweet.
Nice. My first bit of news, I'll start with the negatives, they just get out of the way. In a twist from 2 weeks ago when I mentioned something similar, what the fuck is wrong with people in charge of video game companies?
Everything. Continue.
Because Microsoft has announced a new Conker game. Not sure if you people saw it.
Nope.
Young Conker on the HoloLens, where he's been made to look really scaled back, nothing to do with Conker really, and it looks really bland. People are outcried because it looks like nothing to do with Conker. Just like the only thing in common is it's a squirrel called Conker. And people are like, what the fuck? I'm like, that so totally reminded me of like what you said when like Sony would come out with the Crash Bandicoot t-shirt. Do you remember this? Do you remember this? We're not going to make a game of it. Fuck you! It's like, hey, have you all been waiting for a Conker game? Yeah, here it is on HoloLens and nothing like you wanted. It's like, fuck you! Stop doing this.
I saw that, but I didn't recognize it, so I didn't think it was actually Conker. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I just moved on. But yeah, it totally is Conker.
It is, and I fear.
I fear the fact that I looked at it, didn't even recognize it.
Yeah, it did look pretty bad, but the actual HoloLens technology on the show, to its credit, looked good. And I'm still a big believer in the HoloLens and the PlayStation VR and all them stuff that are coming out. I'm hoping they catch on.
As long as you believe, I believe.
Because if they don't, a lot of people have put in so much fucking effort in making us believe this hype. The last like E3 just feels like a waste at this point. If it doesn't catch on, but I hope they catch on, and I hope it because if they do, the technology will become cheaper and cheaper. And I'm sorry, like Rick Pugh,
Yo.
when you guys were little boys, what did you think?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
How many of you thought I wanna have a virtual reality helmet?
Okay, yes, I've thought that.
Everyone wants a virtual reality helmet and a jetpack. They're the two big things everyone wants at some point in their lives. So I can't wait for the HoloLens, followed by the HoloPack. Because after they've conquered this virtual reality, science, get on jetpacks. Thank you.
I was pretty sure the HoloPack was when you spent all that money to buy some FIFA Ultimate Team packs, and then there was nothing new in there.
Nice.
Oh, different Holo, sorry.
I was
That still
thinking
works.
when Bleach goes all black-eyed and he releases his inner hollow.
Yeah.
I don't think his name is Bleach, Pew.
I mean, it says it all.
I said in Bleach.
Yeah.
Oh.
That says it all, Rick. When my brother buys those games, every year, the FIFA games, doesn't give a shit about the Ultimate Teams. He He's like, that's literally the worst shit ever. And I'm like, oh, okay. But I'll admit, when I got the Madden one, I was like, oh my god, that's a cool concept. And then when I saw it, I'm like, I don't like this. But over to Rick for his second bit of news then, since we went with the weird bit of young Conker.
All right. So, according to a new PR thing from Capcom, they unveiled some V-Tails for Umbrella Corps, like spin-off Resident Evil game and sequel or spiritual successor, we don't know yet, to Orc. But anyway, so they told us some of the game modes. There's Target Hunter, Respawn Match, Domination, DNA Hunter, SP DNA Hunter, Collector, Protector, and Collar War.
Collector, Protector, and the last thing you said.
Yes. There were more, but that's all she heard. So.
Hey, those are the ones that rhymed, so of course I remembered them. There's a reason people learn things through songs, or at least I do.
Because they're preschoolers.
Hey, you can learn the elements and shit from songs, and preschoolers can't know the elements.
I think they know fire and water, though.
Those elements. I was thinking on the periodic table.
They know iron, if it's followed by the word man. Oh my god, they should do that for all the periodic table. Just add the word man and create a superhero.
There you
Get
go.
on it, science.
We already know one of them is, Superman's weakness, Krypton.
That's I'm pushing a new catchphrase here today, and that's get on it, science. But speaking of, but no, I was gonna say that sounds pretty cool. I'm hoping we do get a full trailer soon, Rick, for that game. I want that game, especially when they told us Siege with zombies. I'm like, no, there's no way you could have made that better. There's no Siege when they're with zombies. We're like Siege. I'm like, yes, I like Siege with zombies. You're like, ooh, I like zombies. It's like two things I like. It's like when they came up with chocolate carrots. Wait, no, that's a bad example. Pizza, sweet oh no, that's a bad example. Chocolate milkshake?
Yeah!
Yay.
Yeah.
That's something people actually ingest willingly.
It is. Fair enough. And over to Pew for her second news.
I know, the long-awaited time. It's finally here. 16-person party chat on Xbox One. Of course, I'm speaking to everyone who's not in this conversation because we use Skype, but I know a bunch of people who exclusively use party chat on the Xbox and will use nothing else, even, if it's way easier for them.
No,
person whose name rhymes with Ike and begins with an M.
I think you know life forms that use it. I wouldn't call them people. I wouldn't call them people. Every story I heard about these quote-unquote people you work with, I don't know if I count them.
So, Mr. Ike.
Yeah, the people who they insult you for liking stuff. They can die in a fire.
So
you're our Pew, only we get to insult you.
Yeah.
So anyway, 16 party chat. Whoop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop, yay!
You missed the best part of that, Pew.
I also was gonna get into that more Xbox compatibility with games and shit. For 360.
I know what it's about. I was waiting for you to finish your news then.
Oh,
The way you made it sounded like that was the only part.
No, that's not the only part. I just thought it was very specific, and it was brought to my attention. It was brought to my attention by somebody that I should mention this specifically, so everybody knows, because it's the best thing ever. Anyway, so also the backwards compatibility games is Fable 3, Halo Reach, Perfect Dark Zero, Peggle, Viva Pinata. You got some more. But yeah, get a bunch of more Xbox 360 compatibility ones. Yay! And also you get Twitch in your broadcasts, and that include party chat. So
Thank
that's
you.
cool.
I was like, that was the part I was like, sounded like the best feature.
Oh,
The rest
yeah,
of the stuff, like,
it is.
the rest of
But
the stuff,
like,
I was like, too. But when they announced that, I was like, yes. I even mentioned it direct. We need to stream. We need to stream Siege.
yeah. I just had to stress the other one because it's like you gotta talk about this. It's the fucking best thing ever, and I'm like, okay.
They don't watch our shit.
I
If you watch that
don't
shit,
know.
we'd have more viewers.
He says he watched it for the first like 5 seconds and then tunes out.
Well, you weren't in the first 5 seconds, so you've
I
waited on
know.
you.
But it was still there anyway, and it makes me happy.
Yes, and we don't like you what? Happy, thank you.
You don't like me happy.
Yeah, we won't like you when you're happy.
That would explain his actions.
Also, you can have a
That would explain
customizable.
his action.
Also, you can have a customizable game DVR recording length as a feature, so that's also cool.
That is cool. I also loved how, in my opinion, they kind of proved when I had spoke to them a while back that they were bullshitting with the fact you can now buy 360 games through the Xbox One store. And they put it out as a big feature about you can buy them on your Xbox One. I literally phoned them up when I was trying to get which one was it? It was one of my backwards compatible ones I downloaded because I was like, yes. And I phoned them up about where is it on the store because I can't find it on my store, thinking my store was messing up or wasn't updating with it. And they said, oh, don't worry, you can purchase the 360 games on your Xbox One. I said, cool. And I asked them how. And they said, open up your web browser on there and go to, and they gave me the web page. And I'm just thinking, that's not really using your Xbox. That's cheating. Going by that, if you're including that, I can also buy Xbox 360 games on my DS.
If you don't buy that, I can buy PlayStation shit in your fucking Xbox.
Yeah, exactly.
Do it.
Although I'm going to include in this, and this is technically, I guess, unrelated, but still Xbox. There was a tweet from Phil Spencer about how he was excited for Uncharted 4, and so this, fuck you, you should probably more Xbox stuff, you suck. And he was like, dude, you shouldn't, like, freaking diss people because of a platform. Then you're not a real gamer, you're just a hater. And I was like, oh snap. He just freaking scored me. Yeah, I just thought that was really cool, too.
Nice. And my second bit of news is the one I know no one will give a shit about but me, at least in this one.
Boo, people giving a shit.
Sarah Michelle Gellar will be reprising her role as Catherine in NBC's Cruel Intentions pilot series. As reported earlier on in the month, the Buffy actress has been approached by the network, but Gellar officially confirmed her involvement on today, which is when this news was posted, on her Instagram account. The Cruel Intentions series will offer a modern spin on the 1999 movie, which starred Sarah Michelle Gellar, Reese Witherspoon, and, check it out, people, Ryan Philippe. That's right, I remember him being a thing, and Selma Blair. And the original writer-director, Roger Kumble, is on board to direct the pilot and will co-write the show alongside Lindsay Rosen and Jordan Ross. So
Yay!
yeah, I like the Cruel Intentions films. First one was really good. Second one was shit because the second one was a failed TV show which tried to restart it from the beginning with the same characters and tried to retell the story of the first one a bit. And then they realised, oh shit, that didn't work. The sales thing got cancelled, so they put it on DVD as number 2, but then said it's meant to be a prequel to 1. Anyway, but 3 was good. 3 was good. It had Jack from Dawson's Creek in it. For life to be over. And you may know Jack from Dawson's Creek as the sweet guy who came out the closet about how he was nervous, he was gay, he was all sweet. Yeah, in this one he was the most evilest fuck, sleeping with every woman he possibly could. Dude's got range. Adam Sandler, who's Adam Sandler in every film. And Will Smith, who's Will Smith in every film. And John Travolta's face.
I miss Will Smith when he was like younger Will Smith in his movies instead of like older Will Smith.
I can agree with that. Because younger Will Smith, I gave a shit. Older
I know,
Will
right?
Smith, I'm like, oh, fuck. Probably gonna bring that fucking Jaden with him.
Yeah. The real reason he's not in Independence Day 2.
Deadshot and Son. Deadshot and Son. It's
Yeah,
Deadshot and Son.
I can't wait till Suicide Squad when they meet the ventriloquist who pulls out the dummy and it's played by Jaden Smith.
I still like Deadshot and Son.
But no, that was my second bit of news. Woo! So now our catch-ups.
Yay.
Yay.
Kicking it off with the catch-up first will be the artist formerly known as Pew.
Okay. Alright, I played Borderlands and it was fun and I just love the humor and just killing shit and collecting things. I love how stuff explodes into collecting stuff.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like she's reading a kid's report on what they did for the summer.
I
Borderlands, and it was really fun, and I like collected stuff, and that was really fun. And then we went to the zoo, and I saw a monkey, and I really liked the monkeys, and the monkey has a hat, and oh my god, I want that hat.
Seems legit.
I was playing like the claptrap model, which is super fun to do if you're solo. Yeah, so that's cool. I'm getting up to the rainbow, like mega like leveling up thing.
There's the rainbow.
It is. It's like a rainbow attack or some shit. So.
Quote, like a rainbow attack or some shit.
Something like that, you know?
I just want to make sure I got the line right.
I will take things that will be Simon's fatality and Mortal Kombat takes my DLC request for 1,000, thank you.
So let's tighten that. But mostly I did the free trial thing for, which is stupid. I wouldn't recommend doing it. Because if you don't, like, it'll charge you $20 if you don't, like, unsubscribe on their computer here. Because it'll give you the 7 days and then charge you. Anyway, so, yeah, don't do that. Yeah, 7 days, and then $20 will be ours. Anyway, so I was playing Bioshock Infinite on my PS4, and I do not recommend it, just because it's really weird on the PS4 controller. Like, I had to figure out, like, it took me, like, 20 minutes to freaking get the controller, like, a way I could, like, set it so it wasn't really weird, because the left stick is, like, super crazy, like, sensitive, and the right stick is not so sensitive, and you can adjust the sensitivity of the right stick, but you can't adjust the sensitivity of the left stick. So it's really, so, like, what do I want? Two, like, uncontrollable, like, you know, ones, or just one controllable one, and the other one I don't use that I just use it to move, and I'll just walk weird, you know, like he's drunk or something. So it's just really awkward with that. I'd set it to retro, because retro is the easiest controller mode to use, which is common to most shooters, because they had, like, circle being, like, melee or something, and then targeting being, like, triangle or some weird shit like that. It's just, well, I'm like, what the fuck is any of this? I don't know how to do anything. And again, like, the sticks, so hard to use, because one of them is, like, all the fucking over the place, and the other one is, like, freaking dragging so slowly. So to up the sensitivity on that, but not, like, too much, because I don't want it, like, crazy like the other one. It's just very difficult to, like, get a hold of. And then, man, the graphics are kind of shit on there. Like, not that, like, when I was playing it, the graphics look shit, but on the PS4, they're noticeably shit now. Like, I didn't bother by them, and I don't overly make graphics or whatever. Like, I don't, like, super care, like, oh, it's not, like, 4K or shit. But, like, here, because I think everything's blown up, like, it's really in your face, and you really know, like, why is all this shit blurry? So, that's super annoying. Because they'll be like, Steph, I want to read. And I can't, because it's blurry. It's like, what the crap is this? I had to turn on
That's what
the
happens. You don't know how to
options. I had to turn on the options thing.
Mhm.
Else, when you look at a painting or something, it says the words on the painting because you won't be able to read it otherwise. Because that's how freaking blurry it is. Which that's stupid. Because if people didn't go to the options, they'd be missing all that story. But yeah, other than that, it's fine.
Nice. Okay, then over to the big dog. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
All right, so
Fuck, that's normal.
sure, why not?
Why not?
It's faster that way. So first thing I did, I'd say almost a week ago, I saw a Deadpool movie. Really, really enjoyed that. Went with Wife Blade. She enjoyed that too. I don't know. It's a good movie. Recommend people see it.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was pretty. Don't take your kids. Don't be an asshole. Like, I think he almost makes fun of that. He's like, he's like, I know what you're thinking. I went to see a superhero movie, and he just turned that guy into a fucking shish kebab. But
I
yeah.
will say I was a little shocked.
Mhm.
Only because, when we had to do when I was doing the things of what was featured here now at Deadpool. In my
Mhm.
mind, all I was thinking is, why the fuck was he trying to play that again? It's unplayable. And then he's like, I watched the film. I'm like, oh, of course, I spoke to him. He watched the film. Damn it. How awesome's Colossus?
He's pretty good. I like how he's like the like super by the book.
Yeah.
I like when he was giving a speech and then, spoiler alert, he's giving a speech and then, like, totally giving you full opportunity to, like, mute or whatever if you didn't see our viewers. Anyway, if you have any, he throws up as soon as Deadpool shoots him. And it's just, like, so funny. It's like, you have the opportunity to do the right thing. You have the opportunity to...
Yep. I like the fact, like that. I like how he looks like Colossus more than the
Mhm.
other ones. Like, he's more bulky. He's got the accent and stuff too. So now in the new timeline, Deadpool's proper Deadpool, and he's proper fucking Colossus. I'm like, yes. Admittedly, the sidekick's powers work a little differently on her, but I don't care because she's that obscure that she was almost a blank canvas.
Yeah.
What is her name again? She said it once and I couldn't remember it after she said it.
Teenage Warhead.
I thought
What
it
the
was
shit?
like...
That is so awesome.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that.
All the great names.
It's a longer name than that, Pew. It's just really annoying.
Because I thought I had, like, Armageddon or something in it.
Negasonic, I believe.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't know.
Yeah, Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
yeah, and like I love that because I mentioned that to someone. Because the film is all a parody of the various superhero films. Even though I don't believe that this was intentional, I think that is the perfect parody slash lampshading or flicking it round, whatever you want to call it, of Wolverine Rogue or Wolverine Jubilee if you read the comics.
Mhm.
Of Because in those you get Jubilee or you get Rogue thinking, oh my god, Wolverine's so cool because he's like that, and he's just like that kick-ass adult that doesn't say much. But when you make it a teenage girl who's not saying much, and the adult thinking she's cool throughout the film, like, oh my god, she's so cool, and she's just texting like, oh no, go ahead, finish your tweet. It's like, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Well, she shaved her head. That's pretty badass. Like, I don't even give a fuck.
Yeah. But I don't know if you guys would agree with me that that was parodying that. At least I hope it was.
I think he was. He's like, what's it gonna be? Snarky comment or just stare?
Got me in a box.
Yep.
A fourth wall break and a fourth wall break? That's like 16 walls. But yeah, it was a good movie. I'd recommend people go see it. Um, then next up, played some Dying Light, the following DLC, and a little bit of the base game.
Nice.
And that's okay. Definitely would need help because Jesus Christ, that game does not seem like it's built around one person doing anything. And it's like, all right, I'm gonna go loot this thing. Like, oh, cool zombie. And you're like, well, aha, I killed that. You turn around, there's like 6 more, and you're like, what the fuck? What?
It's real life poppin'.
Kind of. But yeah, like what the DLC, it's like, oh, you should be level 12 before you start it for survival level. And I was like, oh, okay, well I'm not there. So I tried to do that, and I was like, God, this goes slow, and you get penalized for dying. So fuck that. So I did that, and then I was like, the first mission was really hard just because I didn't have a gun. So I went back to the main game, bought a gun, and then went back because there's no stores open until you do like the first 2 missions, because then they trust you enough that they'll sell you things. So I had to like pop over, buy a
We
gun,
trust
pop
you.
back. Yeah, because like, oh, we're afraid of outsiders. I'm like, yeah, whatever. But that made it way easier to like kill people with the gun. The problem is then they swarm the shit out of you because like from, I don't know, I estimate about 50 miles away, they're like, oh, I heard a gunshot, I'm gonna run over there. And you get the car, which is cool, but then like I don't know, do you remember, Mole, the zombies that could like climb up? They were
I
like
do.
really fast, and they would run up, and they were like annoying as shit. They can like punch your car and move it, and I'm like, that's really strong. If it's punching the back of my buggy and it's like swaying it so I can't, so I turn all funny or go off, then why are they not like destroying me in one punch? Because that's really, really strong.
They level down your punches for you. The car strongs have to do a strong punch. It's all percentage wise.
It must be.
Because the car is weak.
Oh,
It's spirit.
the car's weak. So there you go.
'Cause it's a car.
But yeah, it's like the area is really, really huge though, which is cool. Probably because you have to be able to drive around, and there's not. There's like a little town there, but it's not like the city that you're in for the main game, which is kind of cool. So it's like got some cool stuff in there. You get a crossbow, which is actually really freaking cool because it's slower than the gun, but it's around as strong, and it's a lot more silent. And you can recover most of the bolts, so you just put it in their head, and then when they die, you go up and you can like pull it out, and you're like, hey, reuse.
Nice.
You gotta list this shit up.
Yeah, and they're like, and like every day the quartermaster gives you stuff, and he gives you more of them. So like, if you really, and you can craft them, but if you were like really lazy and didn't want to, you could just like sleep for a week and every day just go grab them, and you'd be like, all right, I'm all set. But yeah, it's kind of fun, kind of annoying. I don't know. It's kind of like the base game where it's like, oh, it's fun, and then goes south real quick, and then it's fun again, and then goes south real quick.
Sounds like the Deadpool game. Oh, the cutscene's over, and I have to go back to playing it.
There you go.
You make
Nice.
such a better just watching the cutscenes.
As long as you disconnect from the internet.
Yeah.
Because that would like desync the audio for me. I don't know if it did for you.
Honestly, I didn't experience any of that at all. I don't know what it was, but like,
Huh.
it was the weirdest thing. Like you can see my stream, like and like it was totally like straight.
Yeah, I made the case too that maybe like some games when you stream it cuts off certain internet stuff.
Yeah, maybe. But I can just say my favorite parts of the game were just not playing it, like just watching it.
The height was like that cable scene.
Mhm.
Oh, I will tell you one thing. Anyway,
I did enjoy slapping Wolverine and him saying funny things. This is because I like slapping people. It gets you aroused. This is because my hand hurts and you're hurting my hand.
This is because you didn't take me to the prom.
See, I like
This
that.
is
I like the fact, like I mentioned, I swear there was 2 Stan Lee cameos.
Oh, in Deadpool, I only remember the one, but you could be right. I don't remember.
I thought there was 2. But I might have been wrong. It might have just been an old game.
That's ageist.
That is.
Old mustachioed man.
But yeah, so that was my catch up.
Fair enough. My catch up this week. First up, Plant v Zombies Garden Warfare 2. Literally just played that ironically today as well.
Is that ironic?
Ironically?
This is yeah, but no, this is funnier. Just because we had 3 headsets going on 3 different PS4s in one house, just to play the multiplayer. That was crazy, but oh my god, it was so much fun because I played with my brother and my niece. Everyone had fun with that game. She was loving being the little flower with the wand that was going chung and doing the stuff, and she also loved being the chomper because it was really fun to chomp people. And she found it hilarious when she bit the Yeti's bum. And I was the orange citrus alien thing, and I was also my Viking, like corn on the cob that shoots with the Gatling gun. Funny fun thing, which I realised wasn't actually in the main game. Well, sorry, wasn't in the beta, I should say, but was in the main game. You know that billboard that's in the middle of the hub, Rick, or when you and Pew, because you guys both played the betas. If you go over to and click it, that gives you quests, but they're like, you know, like the bounties in Destiny.
No.
Rick, you know, like the bounties in Destiny.
Yes.
They're like them. And you
Ah.
get plant ones, zombies one, or multiplayer ones.
What
So
are
you
they
don't even
like?
they're like, do this, and you go and do
Oh,
it.
and you get the extra coins and stuff?
Like,
And you get
as in like not complete a mission, but jump like 6 times or something.
I gotta go do this feat, like go kill a bunch of dudes or this specific dude and stuff. It's pretty
Okay.
fun.
That
But
was in the beta.
oh, was it? Wait, you could pick where you could get them off the billboard.
Yeah, I grabbed a few. I just never completed them because it was
Oh,
like,
I
it was
couldn't.
like, because I had one that was like using the pirate, and I was like, nah, I didn't like that because I grabbed it or I saw that one after I'd used the pirate, and I was like, I didn't like the pirate. I'm not doing that one.
Nice. Yeah, I couldn't get any in the thing. It kept saying it wasn't available, and I couldn't get any in. I couldn't get any in the main game till I opened up the garage and spoke to the guy, which the garage on the other one was not available.
Yeah, no, yeah. Go here, and then you go here. This isn't in the beta. Oh,
Yeah.
then why did you tell me to go there?
What you get when you do them is you get stars.
Mm-hmm.
And what they do is summon Nemesis now. What they do is they open up chests that are around the place, or you know, like when you go to open your garden, when you go to plant the garden in Garden Ops, there's A, B, C, and sometimes, not often, sometimes there's like an extra rare one with Dave. If you did it, would give you shitloads of whatever the hell that's going to give you. I've never actually put the money into that one because every time I don't have stars, it appears. Then when I have loads of stars, it's not there until I've found chests. You know how that goes.
I should get the game in 7 to 10 business days because I got a gift card to get the game in 7 to 10 business days. So that'll be fun.
It is payment
Yeah.
for sleeping with a guy whose name rhymes with Ike and begins with M. I'm just kidding.
Oh, you kidding me? That would never happen. And he has a girlfriend. Actually, he has like a harem.
No, this is a shipping issue. Hi, Marcus. And the second thing I've played
I
this
don't
week,
think there's room left at his harem.
and the second thing I've played this week is Far Cry Primal. It's weird because a lot of people keep saying that it's very similar to the other Far Cry games, which is fair enough. I was playing it. I'll be honest, I never really liked the Far Cry games. You know, when you're killing all the guys and you're doing the normal one, never liked them. But for some reason, I really like this Primal one with the mammoths, and they've got a crafting system on there now where, like, let's say Richter kills a wolf. He kills a wolf, he can skin it to get all its fur for when he needs to use that later. He can get its bone, he can get the meat, which when you eat the meat, it heals you. And you can build like clubs and arrows and other weapons that I haven't even got yet. You can build campfires, bonfires. When there's fire, you can go over to it, ignite an arrow, and use that. You can ignite your club and turn it into a torch. Which, if the wolves come up to you and you just stick out the torch, they flee from man's fire. I'm like, yeah. I like that game, and I was shocked when they were speaking this language throughout the whole game. I was like, okay, I have to wonder, is this real caveman language, or is it foreign language, or what? And I looked it up online, and I found out they made up an ancient, because no one really 100% knows cave language yet. They made up their own cave language.
Ooga booga booga.
Touchy. No, I was gonna say they made up their own cave language, and I'm like, that's really good. And like this hot cave woman you found is trying to help you out and stuff, and you're trying to help the village, and you're recruiting villagers, and it's a really good game. I don't know why. Warning: do not attack a mammoth.
I think that would be self-explanatory.
Every time I have, it didn't work out.
Really, tell us more.
Now, I did kill a mammoth in the opening bit, but that was only when my entire tribe at the time started to fire arrows at him, and they all killed him at once. But just me on my own, I haven't killed him yet. I tried. I even went up to him with a torch, and poked him, and the response was just boom. He just knocked me with his tusk, fucking flying dead. I was like, oh, okay.
You are a pest.
He's like, damn you burnt my hair. Why would you do this? Oh my god, you've invented elephant. Because that's how that happened, fact. But now it's time for our topic. And our topic for today is publishers pulling out of E3. What does this mean for the industry? Yada yada yada, etc. Vis-a-vis according. But now, this news
I
comes
see what
hot.
you did there.
Right. But you don't. But no, this news came out hot on the heels of the fact Activision Blizzard has said they will no longer be at E3.
Dun dun dun.
And it's just over a month after Electronic Arts, also known as EA, announced it would forego a significant presence at E3 this year.
What's the deal with that?
Yeah. Now, it is worth noting, I don't really see the EA one as bad as disappearing completely, because EA's surprise announcement from last year, from late January or whenever it was basically that it would not publicly present its games at the industry's annual trade show. Instead, though, it's holding its own event called EA Live across the street from the Los Angeles Convention Center, and they're holding one in London too for some reason, before and during the days of E3. I see no problem with that. Nintendo does that type of stuff.
Yeah, still fun.
Although EA's doing the opposite one a little bit, because Nintendo at least puts their games at E3. This sounds like they're opening a building just across the road, like, nah.
You gotta come here if you want to see our shit.
We're on the disc DLC for E3. But no, someone was going to make that joke. Surprised it wasn't Rick. Not surprised it wasn't Pew. She's not that intelligent.
They're on the site DLC.
Yeah, it's not. It wouldn't be Pew. She's not intelligent. When I said Electronic Arts, also known as EA, that's probably blown her mind. Like, that's what that stands for.
Holy fucking shitballs.
I thought it was like an abbreviation for each.
No, I thought it was my sister's. I thought it was always my sister's, initials, Elisa Brascato. That's actually what I did think when I was little.
I always thought EA stood for in the game. That's what they told me. Yeah. Buzz. Yeah. Well, both companies have reaffirmed their support and membership and stuff like that. They have been wobbling a trade goes to Hope 3 and various other stuff. So what are your guys' thoughts? Let's just roll up the old sleeves and let's get down to it.
I think it's okay. As much as E3, is definitely a spectacle, with how social media and stuff is, and how we get our news is completely, skyrocketed to a personal level. It kind of makes sense.
It does.
I can understand people want to take their own initiative and put on their own thing. make it more like, hey, look at us, everybody, we're doing something different. So, more
Yeah,
people come to us.
it's like Microsoft, Apple, and there was someone else. Who the fuck was it? Probably Google, to be fair, because that'd be the Android probably. Where they all decided not to do the what the fuck was it, CES this year,
Mm-hmm.
and instead hold their own ones. Because another reason is because something people don't realize is companies also they lose a lot of money doing these events.
Yep.
But when they put it on themselves, they're in charge of that money themselves.
They can control spending.
Yeah, and they can also do it more public. They can also do it more. What do you call it? More personally, like Rick said, on social media to people. Plus, to be fair, there's less one-upmanship
This
Mm-hmm.
is
because,
true.
like, if Microsoft is, let's say, day one at E3, and day two is PlayStation, every year, and we've done it. Everyone always compares the two.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
However,
So
if
they're
Microsoft did their own
Nintendoing it.
convention, yeah, but we don't really compare the Nintendo one anymore. We've been
That's what I'm
saying,
saying. They're
oh, it's a
Nintendoing it
joke.
to get out of
Yeah,
the comparison.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and I'm like, that totally works.
Mhm.
It's like last year, I will admit, I think EA probably maybe had the best of the conferences, but I think I think having EA's one because EA mainly does third party stuff, while also having their games talked about during the third parties, kind of waters down the effect anyway.
Mm-hmm. Well, also you don't have to share the spotlight if if you
You are the
schedule it at a
spotlight.
time where there's not another one. Or like if they like let's say Activision puts one on, a month after E3 or something, just for argument's sake, then when they cover it, it's all the coverage is on them. It's not like on them for like an hour and then it shifts over to something else and then an hour later something else.
Like
Yeah,
last flicks.
yeah, and it's like some companies, like say maybe Activision and stuff like that, they'll let's say they put like I don't know Skylanders out
Mm-hmm.
and Call of Duty and I don't know a new Guitar Hero, assuming that's them, all this year. If they did that at E3, people are always going to criticize them with, "Boo! But where's the new IP? Where's the VR? Where's this? Where's that?" It's like, why do they don't need? Not every company needs. Yes, doing all the new stuff is good, and I feel they will make new IPs. In fact, people forget Destiny is Activision, and as much as I don't like it, it is definitely one of the biggest new IPs ever.
Mm-hmm.
There's no denying that, and it's like, what more do people want? But people are like, no, we want new IPs, and I feel like people say they want new IPs, but if everyone wanted new IPs as much as they said, sequels wouldn't continue to dominate. It reminds me of
And
the movie industries when people are like,
yeah.
we don't like reboots and sequels, and then
Clearly you do.
a new film comes out, and they're like, I'm not gonna see it. Oh, cool! There's a new this film. I'm gonna go see that. It's like, but what about the new films? But I feel like that, you know what I mean? I feel like that's another issue. It's like last year at E3, every single developer had to talk about VR because they felt like they had to compete with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd like it if they talked about VR because they cared.
Because they have something to show for VR.
And by cared, I mean they're going to give the illusion that they care, while maybe some of the developers will actually be passionate, but the publishers won't really give a shit. They just want to make money.
Yeah.
Like I said, they'll have something to show for it, even if they don't care. They'd be like, hey, we actually legitimately did something with VR. Here you go.
Yeah, it's like but it's weird because Activision is gone, EA's gone, Ubisoft has to be next.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I
what
feel
about
like-
Assassin's... Oh, wait. No.
But I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like maybe Ubisoft will step in and take over EA's spot.
Mm-hmm. I could see that.
Ho-ho.
I feel like not everyone would leave it. One of them would go into, let's just call it the power vacuum. We'll go with some gang shit. I could definitely see a company stepping in and getting like a lot more spotlight than they would have normally because they'll be the big one left.
Yeah, which that totally works, and I could see it being Ubisoft, to be fair, and not everything Ubisoft does is bad. For example, Far Cry Primal. No DLC or Season Pass.
Woo.
Just throwing it out there.
Was the pre-order DLC, isn't there?
There was pre-order DLC, but not like stuff that's been locked off later on, like there is with most stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that's as much DLC as like the Tom Clancy games that the Siege gave me.
No, man, those gold weapon skins are amazing.
Blow my fucking mind, man.
Oh no, I meant when it gave me the games from the 360. I'm like, I don't consider pre-order bonuses DLC, but I'm like,
I don't even think those are pre-order bonuses, but
oh,
yeah.
I thought they were
Why
meant
are the
day one. Over here, they kept advertising that as only Wave 1 edition, but that might be a wrong advertisement on their part.
could be. Well, I imagine the Far Cry one might be the same. I know that there was some kind of DLC. I don't know what it was, but
No,
I imagine
I got,
a lot of times those ones aren't super big. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you get an extra 2 missions that you'll complete in 10 minutes. And you're like,
yeah, I got a pre-order bonus where I can play as a mammoth, apparently. I haven't played them.
Mm.
And here's the funny thing, I didn't buy the pre-order one. I went in there and I got the deluxe edition, which has the pre-order stuff in the disc anyway, and I think one extra thing, and I was like, oh, I'll take that because it's like £2 more. Fuck it, but hey, it works. It's a great game, but Ubisoft people will insult, and I'm like, they don't always do evil, to be fair. Don't always. But I feel like that's going to be the thing. But I would wish, which won't happen, I wish the Japanese companies would seize the power vacuum, as Victor put it. Because why can't the Triad step up? I mean, why can't the Japanese people step in? And I don't mean like, oh, people are thinking, oh, he means Nintendo. I don't mean Nintendo. Hell, I don't even mean Capcom. But every year, like the Bandai Namco games, like Bandai, it's like, oh, cool, there's a new E3. They're not going to announce Dragon Ball.
Nope.
Nope, that gets announced like the new DS one in a fucking Japanese-only magazine, and you're like, fuck you! I want to see you at E3. It's huge because E3 to me is this big spectacle of gaming. However, I feel they should change E3
to E4. No.
It's evolved.
No, I know a lot of people probably will disagree, and I know there's other conventions that do this, but I feel like E3 should start selling tickets to the public to all of these stuff. And make it way more relaxed. Because basically, with how big E3 is and how it's the thing, it should be the Comic-Con of games.
That would be cool. Like, I'd try to go to that.
Yeah, it would be very different to what we get now, but how much news do you get at like, the big Comic-Con? And I say the big one because there's like a fucking million Comic-Cons now that aren't just comics.
There was a freaking Hudson Valley one that had all second-rate people who only knew someone who actually was connected to the community.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the shit is this? And it was literally full price.
Yeah, and I'm like I said with them, they're weird, and like I said, they're not just comics now, which is really weird. I feel, whenever I look at them stuff, I feel the same way when we're watching E3. It's like, oh look, here comes the dancers. And it's like, the dancers are just dance. I'm like, oh, cool, yay.
Here's the Jewish Rocket.
Video games. No. But basically, with this, it's like, you know what I mean? Comic-Con as the main one, like the New York Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, stuff, the big ones, with all the news that comes from there, I could easily see E3 doing that, having people in there. And hell, it could be great for smaller developers too, because they can be smaller developers and more independent people could be there doing like a more like panels and stuff like that, and have people get autographs. It'd be fun. But I don't know if you guys would like to see E3 go that way, or if you.
I would love to see that way.
Or if you'd have something else in mind for E3.
I would like to see it do that, but that's pretty much what PAX is, because like PAX stepped in and did that, and hopefully they stay doing that, even though they've now renamed the original PAX is like PAX West, and like pretend that if you say Prime, they're just like, that's not what it's called. It's like, fuck you, like no one saw you change it, but sure.
Are you kidding
Like,
me?
you're gonna
PAX
quietly
West?
retcon it and then just make fun of people that don't do it. It's like,
See, if it says PAX West, you better have like an old timey hat on you.
yeah.
Like an old timey like cowboy hat on you. PAX West.
Yeah. Which I could see that. It's like we had one over here that's a similar-ish concept, but because it's in Europe, no one really gives a shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that concept. I'm like, E3 could do that so huge with its name and with its brand and just release it to people in a great way, but they don't do it.
Why you hate money?
Or at the very least, sell more experiences for it when the virtual helmet comes out. I say virtual helmet because I mean PlayStation VR and Oculus Rift and all the other ones that the helmets on the head.
Mm-hmm.
Because think about it, if you could buy tickets to watch for that one to do E3 virtually, where you put that on and you're like, oh my god, this guy's walking around, oh my god, I'm seeing all this stuff. What? This is awesome. That could be cool.
It'd be amazing.
Admittedly, it would be better days later, but no one's going to give a shit. I say days later because then you could pick where you went. But
Yeah.
instead of, oh, cool. Wait, why is he peeing? No, don't look at your own. No, don't look down at your dick. Fuck you. Fuck you. Wait, what's he doing? Oh my god, he's just pissed on that dude.
Again.
Wait, what's he doing? No. No. Don't put the camera towards the glory hole. No, why are you making me down? But no. Like I said, my guess is Ubisoft will be the big ones to step in and seize the power.
Well,
Why
what
don't
are
they
they
do a
gonna
dramatic
do?
hand crunch thing, when you make a fist dramatically?
I don't know, how did you
Seize the
become Big
power.
E? That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah. But no. How did what I mean? You'd think someone would seize it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
People thought it would be Activision, then Activision went there and backed off. It's either going to be, sadly, it's either going to be Ubisoft or it's going to be Valve.
Interesting.
Because Valve and someone else, can't remember which one, it was one of the other PC ones, had conventions last year at E3 and made a big deal about PC is now equal with the consoles at E3 and stuff like that. I could see them doing it, so it's like Microsoft day one, on day 1 too, instead of E3, it's PC, which goes hand in hand with Microsoft anyway. Then the next day, PlayStation and yada 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 with the other people. So I could see PC people too. Your thoughts, Rick, on who would seize power?
I will seize power because I am Richter.
Well, as of right now, I think Ubisoft is the most likely.
I could see.
I was
Other
like,
than
see
that, I'm
Valve
not
or
sure.
something, like
How
or
hilarious would it be if Nintendo takes it
That would be weird.
and takes their control
what
back
would they
on the
do
NX?
though? Like it would just be like,
Well, if you believe the reports, NX is totally coming this year.
I love that for the next Nintendo Direct, they're like, we're gonna have one on Thursday. It has nothing, or it's like it's gonna talk about the games for the summer. No NX information.
At least they're honest.
Yeah, it's
then
just
why do you
kind
come
of funny
on
that they have
Thursday?
to
Come
say
on.
it.
Yeah,
Like,
they
why
have
does all
to
this
say
shit come
it.
on a Thursday?
But I do like the fact. It's funny they have to say it, but I do like the fact they say it because I feel other publishers or other developers deliberately wouldn't because they'd be like, now people will click this. Watch. No, we don't have it. While you're here, may I interest you in like 1,000,000 Halo games or 1,000 fucking Uncharted's?
I think they don't want too many people watching it because they don't want to overload their server.
Yeah.
Like, no, the Miiverse will go down. There's a guy like
No.
frantically unplugging and replugging stuff, like a
Wait,
switchboard
that would
operator.
imply that I'm actually watching my 3DS when I
The
would just use the
Miiverse
computer.
is also what I call my happy space.
Oh God.
But that's MEP.
You just blew her
I'm
mind.
just thinking like some.
You
Yeah.
were not.
I just kind of had awful thoughts in my head about other happy spaces you might have, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, you were not, and I can prove it by the fact you went. I was thinking. It's like she's got like brain freeze.
No, I just I want to stop that.
The hamster's exhausted on the little wheel.
No, it's not exhausted. I just kind of hit him on the head, so he stopped running.
Yeah. But no. I feel like Nintendo could do it this year. They won't, but I feel like they should. Because I'm sorry, this year, if the rumors are true about the NX, reckon you, a new console, the NX, Pokemon, Sun and Moon, just those two things alone means, as far as most people are concerned on the internet, they will have won E3.
Then they don't need to show up, because if they already have those, then they've already won. The only way to win is to not play.
Yeah, but it's like, you know what I mean? It's like,
That should be a slogan somewhere. The only way to win is to not play.
Well, it's a line from something.
it's on the Duke Nukem box.
No, but like just like how the lottery would have to be in it to win it. No, you don't have to be in it to win it. Sometimes you can win it by not being in it.
No, you can't. But no, basically with that though, I don't know if you agree with this year, because of the big things, that the Pokemon and just that console alone, they're two big things that they're so huge. Whether or not everyone likes Pokemon, whether or not everyone likes the NX, it doesn't matter. They're so huge that it would. I don't know what the other two would announce that would essentially beat that. If that makes sense. So
Yeah.
I feel like at an E3 conference this year, they actually have a chance to go toe to toe with the other two and walk away feeling good about themselves. Take it. Take it. Especially if you're doing a new console and you're going to say it's for the gamers. Take this one, do it at E3, and show that not only that you're at E3 and you're kicking ass. You've gone up to Sony you've gone up to Microsoft, you've kicked them in the balls, and you've basically taken over. Make it happen. That would make a them doing that at E3 would make a statement. Them literally kicking them in the balls at E3 would also make a statement, but sadly, I don't think they will.
Guy in a freaking Mario comes up, taking guy in Sony costume. Ugh, runs away.
If there's anyone from Nintendo that'll kick anyone in the balls at E3, it'd be Reggie to fans of Earthbound again.
Nice.
Hey, fans of Earthbound, fuck you.
Here, I'll translate Mother 3 for you, and he just flips him off.
What would you do if we at E3 this year, Reggie takes off his mask, and he's that fucking guy from PlayStation?
the fake VP guy?
He might
Kevin
be him.
something?
It might be him. The guy that hasn't been there for years, though, I don't think. The guy that when they did PlayStation Home, talked about how it was going to be like, oh my god, you're going to take TVs, like your actual TV at home, and you're going to be watching it in virtual reality. And when we get home, and it's like, oh, it's just a load of guys going, girl! And then swarming them.
That'd be really
While
fucking
adverts
funny.
pop up and sell us microtransactions.
That would be super funny.
Then he
kinda
takes
want
off a
that to be
mask, and he's Cliffy B.
Oh, you have to kill him.
Then he takes off a mask now. You see where this is going? And he's Gabe. No.
For marketing? He's Gabe for marketing, and then be like,
From Valve.
okay.
That pew.
I'd be really
Oh,
shocked
that
if it was the dude in marketing.
Oh, Pew. We need like a little screen for that.
Yeah. Pew's mind is fucked up as Deadpool's face.
By the movies, it wasn't that bad. I mean, as
Do you
I've
know
seen in other ones.
Why did that happen? Do you know?
What happened?
Like, why did his face get messed up from the chamber?
It's because of the oxygen stuff when he was doing it.
Uh-huh.
Basically, it was going through and it was just fucking up his skin because it was pushing out all the oxygen in his body as he was healing at the same time.
Oh, so it was pulling it out of his... Okay, I guess that could... Because I wasn't sure. I was like, why would suffocating him do that?
Yeah, I think that's the eye thing we're supposed to go with, but
Oh,
I
okay.
think, yeah, it's literally like, it's not just oxygen in your lungs, but it's like everywhere.
very good, Pew.
Existence particles.
Shiny.
And remember, people, next week, live on the X-Pound, Pew will sit down with an art pad and some crayons and match the guy on the TV with the paintbrushes when he does the... And there's a bush. And, oh my god, it's going to be magical. You
There
can
was
call
this
it a Let's
freaking-
Paint.
There was this freaking scanner pen where you just like poke the pen to any color in your house and it just like finds out what color that is and draws it.
Nice. Did Rick name him?
Yeah, he's Bob Ross.
Thank you. I always forget his name. I remember him once when I was a kid. I saw him once because we only had it like a little bit over here. And I remember people making fun of it later on and stuff. But yeah, just the little and he's painting like, yeah, that's how you do a tree. I used to try some of them and it
Make
never
him a
looked
little
like
friend. Gotta
Oh,
give him
you
a
tried to
friend
paint
over
like
here.
him? It's adorable.
Well, yeah, when I was a kid, when he used to do that, it's like when Art Attack, which I'm aware you guys won't know that it is probably, tell you all you need is a cereal box, some glue, some glitter, some paint, and something else, and you're gonna make this. And it's like a giant Game Boy replica, and you're like, holy fuck, yes! And you go to make it, and what you end up with is something as fucked up as Pew. It's like Pew. It's like an abomination. It's like
I was like,
I
you
just
just end
want
up
to
with
kill it. And
disappointment.
like Pew, it's like a square-headed freak.
I'm not. I have a freaking oval-shaped head and it's very small.
I have an oval-shaped head.
Now available on the Fizz of the Mind store. I have an oval-shaped head shirt.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
No. No. You look like Snow White Lego.
What the fuck is that shit? I'm not as pale as her and I don't have black hair. So what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
That's not even gonna look like me at all. It'll look more like you.
Okay, you look like Rosie O'Donnell Lego.
I'd say that's closer just because it's just the skin color skin tone, but I don't know. It's still not there. Let's get the colors right.
It's Lego. The skin color's gonna be yellow.
No, The Simpsons.
Has Pew never seen Lego?
I've
don't
seen Lego,
think so.
but I know that sometimes, like, when they do it, it's, like, weird.
Quote, you look like Rosie O'Donnell. Quote, that's closer. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, you look like Rosie O'Donnell Lego. That's closer.
Yeah.
It's closer because it's not, at least you get, like, skin tones and hair color right.
Yeah.
We're just going to take it out of context because it's way better.
Okay, go
Each
ahead.
dating video that when you've seen it 7 days later, you blow your brains out.
What? I just had this conversation with my other friend earlier today.
Is he in this room right now?
No. Oh my god, that'd be so scary.
That's Jim.
It was just because the water in my sink turns a funny color.
But no.
Did you say Candyman 3 times in your mirror? You're probably being haunted.
Did you say morph suit into a mirror?
Oh god, I would never risk that.
Mark a shadow, mark a shadow, mark a shadow.
Wait a minute. Did you open up a children's book and scream Stasham?
Stasham.
Stash
Oh my
Monge.
god, that's amazing.
Board game.
Yeah.
You could write
No.
a children's book, Mo.
I'm going to be taking this opportunity to end the broadcast because
Yay.
we're way off topic,
Yeah.
which is fine. I do like it when we go off topicness. It normally leads to stuff like Orton as a table
Yes.
and other good and stuff whenever Pew's not there. I was your host this one, Chris, aka The Mole. Joining me was Top Dog Rick the Hammer
Woo, woo.
and Rosie Lego Pew.
Fuck off.
Rosie Lego.
Peace.
No.